What's up, doll collectors, hobbyists, fabsome besties? I'm Toya, an adult doll collector. Welcome to my miniverse. Now that we have our closet, let's add a vanity. Using foam board, I usually pick up my foam board at Michael's for $4.99. I get a piece that is 20 by 30. This is a leftover, so it's smaller. But I do have another one for today's project standing by. I am also using a craft knife or an X-Acto knife with a sharp blade. My blades have a little life rotation. When I'm cutting foam board, I always try to make sure I'm using a fairly new blade. As it starts to get dull, it will pull the foam board or kind of shred it. So then the blade becomes all-purpose for like popsicle sticks and cardboard. I also use a large acrylic ruler. I got this one for about $4.99 or $7.99, somewhere around there. It's 3 inches wide and about 18 inches long. I tend to use this as a standard measurement for a lot of my builds. That's why most things I make are about 3 inches wide. The black print on these rulers does wear after a while, and sometimes it can come off on your projects. So I cover the back of mine with clear tape to try to stop that from happening. I will also be using a hot glue gun. This one is my absolute favorite. It looks a mess, but it is my best friend. It's a precision tip hot glue gun, and I got a little glue on the end. Don't worry, I'll get that off later. But it really helps me to control where the glue goes. Now let's cut some foam board. Let's cut the side walls for this space. We're gonna make them 3 inches wide so they are in line with our closet. And we're gonna make them 13 inches tall. So I line the ruler up with the edge of my foam board. I'm gonna cut on the side that is away from me. So we're gonna cut on this edge. When cutting, I am standing and I'm applying pressure onto the ruler so the foam board is secure and doesn't move. I run a quick scored line with the X-Acto knife to give me like a little path. Then I go back to the top, push down, and then pull the X-Acto knife down, making sure the edge is right next to that ruler and we're pressing with a firm grip. And it's okay to go back and cut a few more times to make sure you went all the way through. Oh yeah, and a cutting mat helps. Then let's turn the board without moving the ruler and cut the other side to get a pretty clean cut on the edge of the foam board. Cut 2. Let's take a larger piece of foam board, measure over 12 inches, and measure up 13. Cut it out for our back wall. I take the 2 pieces of foam board we cut earlier, line them up on one edge, take a measurement. For me, it's a little over 11.5 inches. Cut it at 3 inches wide, repeat to make 2, and now we have all the parts we need to make a quick box. Take one of the 13-inch boards, add a line of glue to the edge, then quickly glue it onto the larger board. Take the boards that are a little over 11.5 inches, and we're going to glue them to the top and bottom. Then add the last 13-inch board to close off the side. We can take scraps of foam board, cut a 3 by 7 inch rectangle, a 7 by 1/2 inch rectangle, and 2 5 by 3 inch boards for the sides. This is a super easy desk. All we have to do is glue the 1/2 inch piece underneath the 7-inch one. I'm gluing mine a 1/4 inch from the edge. Glue the 5-inch boards onto the sides, and it's done. If you want it to be freestanding, I would add another piece to the back, like a 2-inch by 7-inch board. But I'm gonna glue mine into the box, and that will give it the support that we need. But before we glue it in, cut leftover foam board into 2 by 1.5 inch rectangles. I cut 2 more boards that are 2 inches wide and 12.5 inches long. Starting at the top, I glue the smaller boards every 2 inches, going down the board to make a tall shelf. Let's make 2, then glue them into the box right on the sides. Once both shelves are in, we can add the desk in the center, or the vanity. Take foil paper or a mirror tile and attach it to the back. I decided to attach mine to a square of foam board. Then I used poster putty to attach it to the wall, just in case I want to change it later. And I'm keeping the film on to protect it until our project is done. I made our vanity about the same height as a Playline Barbie table, so we can use a Barbie chair with it if we like. We can also cut a 2.5 inch strip of foam board that's about 9.5 inches long, between 2 3/4 inches from the edge and 3 inches. I score 3 lines so it can bend. On both sides, I add lines of hot glue to the bends so it holds its shape. Then I cover it with a layer of felt. I take a fuzzy sock that I used in an earlier video, but I still have a good 9 inches of solid fabric in the center. I cut the part that I want, cut the sock open, wrap and glue it around the foam board, gluing the seam underneath. I made sure to add some extra glue in the little bends just to help out with the stability. Then when we flip it over, we have a nice little bench that can totally hold the weight of our doll, and we can store it inside the box when not in use. And our vanity is pretty much put together with lots of storage for stuff, like our DIY skincare and makeup. Check out our DIY skincare videos for the tutorials. All of these are free printables available on our blog, myfroggystuff.blogspot.com. But if you have a few magazines lying around, we can flip through the pages to find some minis. This looks like a pretty good size. I cover it with clear tape, cut out the image that I want. I'm going for this Pokemon ColourPop palette. Let's trim it up a little. I have pictures for the inside and the outside, so yeah. I glue the inside pictures onto yellow cardstock, cut it out, then let's bend it a little. I see that my paper is bubbling, so I'm not going to bend it too much. Let's just add a few more layers of cardstock to the bottom for a little added weight so it doesn't tip over. We can take the other image and glue it onto a few layers of cardstock as well to make a makeup palette that's closed. We can make more items from that collection the same way, or we can branch out and find a couple of other items, allowing us to expand our mini makeup collection and do a little recycling. Let's take our new vanity and place it next to one of our closets. We can place the vanity in the back and have the 2 closets on the side, giving the appearance of a large walk-in closet with a built-in vanity. Then add our health and beauty items to the shelves, where I like to cut small pieces of clear plastic from packaging, then glue the minis to the plastic so they can stand without falling over, just like we did in our doll Target. Place them on the shelves and counters so the dolls have everything they need to get ready. You can totally get creative with this space, add lights or wallpaper. We can also add mini makeup from mini brands, giving us a way to display our collection. Thank you for joining us while we made a vanity for our closet to display all of our mini skincare. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell and follow us on Instagram at MyFroggyStuff, the Frog Vlog, and Bella of MyFroggyStuff. And we will see you next time. Bye!